This is the Ohio AgNet, broadcasting from the Voice You Know with the News You Trust studio, sponsored by BASF and Veltima Fungicide, the proven #1 for the toughest corn diseases with long-lasting residual. When you need to be confident, your fungicide will perform. I'm Joel Norwood. Don't forget, we're feeding farmers this spring thanks to Ag Revolution and Paradise Energy Solutions. We'll be at this week's winning farm for the midday broadcast on Wednesday, tomorrow. If your farm would like lunch delivered to the field this planting season, go ahead and visit ohioagnet.com/feedingfarmers to enter. The latest crop progress numbers are out. Let's take a look at those. Sponsored by Relentless Ag. Every acre at peak performance. Learn more at relentlessag.com. While USDA is reporting that 33% of Ohio's corn and 30% of soybeans are planted. That's compared to usually we're at 15% this time of year for corn and 14% of soybeans. Now, if you talk to farmers around the state, it's either they have quite a bit done or none at all. Talking to some farmers this morning, in fact, from Northwest Ohio, they say we're at 0% planted, and the same for all of their neighbors. And with dampness on the horizon, could turn out to be another interesting spring. Let's take a further look at those numbers. Right now, 12% of corn emerged across the state. Usually the 5-year average has us at 3%. Soybeans emerged at 10%, well ahead of the 2% 5-year average. Ohio winter wheat looking pretty good, even 1% of it headed. The crop rated at 66% good to excellent, 53% good, 13% excellent, by the way. Much better than the national average, and Ohio farmers should be doing well with increasing wheat prices right now as a result. Oats 53% planted behind the 70% average, while 30% had emerged compared to the 35% average. Online at ohioagnet.com for more information. Let's talk weather thanks to Seed Consultants. Simply better performance. Online at seedconsultants.com. Meteorologist Ryan checks in.
Scattered showers and thunderstorms around here this afternoon as we continue to see moisture stream in from the west. I'm Chief Meteorologist Ryan Martin. Quick forecast update for you here this afternoon. Mostly confined to northern and western parts of Ohio. Overnight tonight through tomorrow, it tracks across the rest of the state. All in, all done, 1/4 to 1 inch at least. And I think we can see some 1.5 inch totals depending on where thunderstorms come together. We clear out tomorrow afternoon. Chilly for the balance of the week. I'm meteorologist Ryan Martin.
Thanks, Ryan. Easy to get on our own heads right now this planting season if you don't have a whole lot done. Well, online today at ohioagnet.com, a video agronomic update including thoughts from Mike Hannawald. He's a field agronomist with Beck's Hybrids. Gives some perspective.
For those of you who haven't planted yet, it is not as late as what it feels. And there's 2 reasons why I think it feels later than it is. We're hearing the news from down south that they're finishing up planting, and so for those of us in the north, we feel like we're way behind. And then the other thing is more subtle, is that the warmer temperatures we've had in March and April have kept everything else moving along. We're not at a point where we're losing yield potential for late planting yet or anything like that. And so just keep that in perspective.
He also says that for those narrow windows of possible planting conditions, do be aware that farmers pay for their planting sins later on in the season. Compaction and more, and it's hard to recover from those pieces, so try not to sacrifice quality at this point. In other news, USDA has opened enrollment for the Grassland Conservation Reserve Program, CRP. Sign-up runs through May 29th. The program allows producers to protect grasslands while continuing grazing and haying. Acres nearing the 27 million acre cap, and competition is expected to be strong as a result. USDA says the program supports farm income, improves soil health, and enhances wildlife habitat while keeping land productive. You can find out more at USDA.gov. And stay tuned. We'll take a close look at market numbers, how they're shaping up today as the Ohio AgNet continues.
If agriculture is your way of life, you need news you can count on. That's why Ohio farmers turn to Ohio's Country Journal, your source for the latest in crop updates, livestock insights, market trends, and the stories that celebrate country life across our state. Every issue keeps you informed, connected, and ready for what's next in Ohio agriculture. So don't miss a beat. Renew your subscription or sign up today at ocj.com/renew and grow with the publication built for Ohio farm families. That's ocj.com/renew.
Today's market analysis is brought to you by the Louis Dreyfus Company. Excited to bring a brand new soybean crush facility to Upper Sandusky, Ohio. Learn more about marketing your soybeans with LDC at 574-566-2113. Grain markets softer here early Tuesday, led by sharp losses in wheat as improved plains moisture is pressuring prices, but Ohio quality still very good. Corn and soybeans are also backing off recent highs as planting progress staying ahead of average. Outside markets are mixed. Weaker crude is adding to the pressure. Funds remain heavily long, keeping volatility elevated as traders watch weather and global demand signals pretty closely this week. Let's talk about markets thanks to Seed Consultants. Simply better performance. Online at seedconsultants.com. From Chicago, May corn down a nickel to 4.68 3/4. New crop corn down 4 cents at last check, $5.50. May soybeans off 3 1/4 to 12.04 1/4 as new crop beans, $11.93 3/4, a 3-cent drop. July wheat losing about 9.5 cents right now to 6.31 1/2. June cattle 75 cents higher to 252.50 per hundredweight. We're seeing August feeder cattle gain about $3 worth today. 369.58 per hundredweight is their price. Hogs staying relatively steady as May is unchanged at a price of 91.63. And milk starting to gain after earlier losses. June class 3 up 2 cents to 17.23. Reporting for the Ohio AgNet, I'm Joel Norwood. Thanks for tuning in.